Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Arcanum Power Source. This is Joshua Peter. This is a reading for the 29th of May. Let's call it our ancestors. We welcome all of our ancestors, both known and unknown, to this ceremony space. And the invocation is inspired by Royal Mystic Tarot. Thank you, angels, archangels, divine pure white light, divine Holy Spirit, spirit guides, gods, and goddesses, all ascended masters from the pure white light. Thank you so much for being present here with us to allow us to have the information that we seek and to assist us in remaining on our highest possible spiritual path. We thank you so much for your presence and your divine messages, and we receive them with and in the love and light for which they are intended. We thank you so much. What would you like us to know about ourselves at this time so that we may continue to walk in divine purpose and serve your holy name? Thank you for granting us the quality of bestowal. We are honored that you chose us as the instruments by which you would come to this earth and experience life. What would you like us to know about ourselves at this time? Yod Ke Vav Ke. Yod Ke Vav Ke. Yod Ke Vav He. Yod Ke Vav He. As above, so below. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. And this covers us. We have the Knight of Cups. This is the third deacon of Aquarius and the first two deacons, or the first and second deacon of Pisces. This is a person coming in. We are using the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic by La Milo Duquette. We are also using the Chicken Kabbalah by La Milo Duquette. We are using the Beginner's Guide to Crystals, the Everyday Magic of Crystal Healing with 65 plus stones. We are using the Holy Bible, the New Revised Standard Version. And finally, the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno and Leela J. Williams, artwork by Helena Nelson Reed. The Knight of Cups. This is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Currently, the moon is in the sign of Pisces. We are fast approaching a new moon in Sagittarius on June 5th. A full moon in Sagittarius on June 5th. And this is the Kabbalistic Tree of Life and the Tarot attribution, along with the major and minor arcana attributions. So these are the placements of the 22 trumps upon the paths of the Tree of Life. And the knights come from one of these can't remember. Let me see. There's another little diagram here. It tells you where the knights come from. This is the Thoth deck. Here we go. The four twos and the knights. So they come from the second Sephira, Hokmah. All the cups and all the wands. The swords. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups. This is the Sir Lancelot, I guess, Knight of Shining Armor. The Lord of the Waves and the Waters, King of the Hosts of the Sea. This is Fire of Water. We have an amiable man of innocence and purity, a dilettante. May be passive-aggressive in temperament and tormented by conflicting elements of his nature. Failure is here unless extraordinary good fortune intervenes. The I Ching that is cast with the Knight of Cups is the I Ching number 54, the Marrying Maiden. Nothing furthers. Tactful reserve is indicated. The divine names are here, and the good angels that comprehend the species and uses of living creatures in the element of water. We have the Magus. This is the Magician, Mercury. Mercury is in the sign of Gemini in its home sign of Gemini, preparing to go retrograde here shortly. This is the Mercury Trismegistus, the 3 times great. The Master Manifestor. And the Hebrew letter is Beth. It is one of the 7 double letters ruled by Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. We'll double check that. So the Mercury is the first key, Magus. This is the Magus of power, Mercury. In spiritual matters, unconscious will, the process of continuous creation. In matters of the heart, ambiguity, deception, all things may not be as they appear. In intellectual matters, concentration, meditation, the mind is used to direct the will. In material matters, this is manipulation, communication, the guileful maneuverings of a business transaction. The Hebrew letter is Beth. It means house. The path of the Zephyr Yetzirah is intelligence of transparency. We go from Keter to Binah. Keter, the crown ruled by Pluto, to Binah, ruled by Saturn, understanding, and there's the pathway, Beth. Beth is one of the 7 double letters, and it represents the sign of Mercury. Beth. Path number 12, it joins Keter, the crown, to Binah, understanding. The 3 letters enumerate to 412 and mean house. Its shape suggests a cave, the earliest house. In biblical times, a house was often a tent. A house is fundamentally a container, but it is also a shelter, a sanctuary, and a resting place, and most importantly, a place to exit. Beth is the fundamental structure of the universe, a container of existence, a receptacle of life, an atom, a living cell, a body. Astrologers divide heavens into 12 houses. Family, bloodlines, and households are also considered houses, such as the House of David or the House of Frankenstein. Beth is one of the 7 double letters and represents the planet Mercury. The tarot trump is the Magician. And there's the pathway. Currently, we have, once again, the Empress. This is the divine feminine. Mercury is air, masculine. Venus is earth, feminine. The Hebrew letter is Daleth, meaning door. So we have the house, and now we have the door. Doorway. Ruled by Venus. This is key number 3. The Empress is the daughter of the mighty ones, ruled by Venus. In the general divinatory meanings and spiritual matters, the Holy Grail, love unites the will. In matters of the heart, love, beauty, friendship, success, romance. In intellectual matters, passive balance, the feminine point of view. In material matters, the door is open. Disregard the details and concentrate on the big picture. The Hebrew letter is Daleth, meaning door. Path of the Zephyr Yetzirah, the book of formation, is illuminating intelligence. We join Binah and Hokmah with the pathway of the Empress, joining both understanding and wisdom. Daleth is path number 14, joins wisdom to understanding. The 3 letters enumerate to 434 and mean door. A door is a valve that can bar or accept or accommodate both the entrance and exit of things. It is a tent flap, a threshold, and a gate. Walk out of the door of your house, and you move from the unity of your home to the multiplicity of the world, and vice versa. The most important door of humans is a woman's womb and or vagina. It accommodates the entrance of the fertilizing male member. The 9 months, and 9 months later, it is the door through which we all enter the world. Daleth is one of the 7 double letters and represents the planet Venus. The tarot trump is the Empress. So we have we have a 7 double letter, Beth, for the Magician, Mercury. And then we have the 7 double letter, Daleth, for the Empress with Venus. What's to come? The Knight of Swords. This is Archangel Michael on his fast-moving knight. This is communication, information coming through Mercury. This is also the last deacon of Taurus and the first 2 deacons of Gemini. The Knight of Swords. So we have 2 people here. Knights represent a person coming in. The knight is the advocate. The advocate comes in and saves the day. And this is in the sign of Yetzirah. So we have the Zephyr Yetzirah. The Zephyr is a container of creation. Yetzirah is the formative world where the archangels, where this, I can't remember, I think, not the archangel, that's Bria. Yetzirah is the angels, I believe. The Lord of the winds and breezes. This is king of the spirits of air. Fire of air. All the knights have fire plus the element of their sign. General divinatory meanings: a delicate man, yet active, fierce, and courageous, often the victim of his own short-sightedness or ill-conceived notions. There's attack here, for good or bad. The I Ching that is cast is the hexagram number 32. Duration: do not change direction, continue forward. Look at the directions these are going. We need to continue forward. We've been the magician, we've created the form, we're out in the world multiplying, and we're going in the right direction. Keep going. Do not stop. Do not pass go. Or whether do not stop. Continue forward. Yetzirah is the formative world of the angel hosts, the mind's eye of deity. It's our intellect. So we have a night in the creative world, world of the archangels, the heart of deity, and then we have the mind's eye of deity, the formative world, the world of angel hosts. We have our soul intuition and our intellect here, along with our divine feminine and our divine masculine. Hermes Trismegistus. A crystal. Lapis. Lapis lazuli. This is truth, confidence, contentment. This is the third eye chakra and the throat chakra. Why is it magic? Lapis lazuli is a stone of truth and knowledge. Its deep blue creates a peaceful atmosphere of acceptance. It will enhance your self-awareness and illuminate your deepest desires. If you have had difficulty in the past with being able to speak out, it will clear the stale energy of those experiences and make self-expression much easier. It will create the desire for information, inspiring quests for knowledge, and even boosting memory. Lapis lazuli strengthens bonds with friends and family members, heightening a sense of loyalty. This stone is also great for working with dreams and can be used to facilitate spiritual vision, creating a path for divine guidance. Healers use lapis lazuli to harmonize thyroid and other endocrine gland imbalances, as well as to aid throat ailments. For personal use, place on your third eye to clear your chakra and stimulate spiritual awareness. For home, it inspires and nurtures loyalty with a live-in partner or spouse. And for work, it supports integrity in the workplace and inspires trustworthiness. Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Let's go to the good book, shall we? Like the New Testament. Here we are in Romans. Righteousness through faith. This is Romans 3, verse 21. But now, apart from law, the righteousness of God has been disclosed and is attested by the law and the prophets, the righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ for all who believe. For there is no distinction, since all have sinned and all fall short of the glory of God. They are now justified by his grace as a gift through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus, for whom God put forward as a sacrifice of atonement by his blood, effective through faith. He did this to show his righteousness because in his divine forbearance he had passed over the sins previously committed. He has passed over the sins previously committed. It was to prove at the present time that he himself is righteous and that he justifies the one who has faith in Jesus. Then what becomes of boasting? It is excluded. By what law? By that of works? No, by the law of faith. For we hold that a person is justified by faith apart from works prescribed by the law. Or is God the God of the Jews only? Is he not the God of Gentiles also? Yes, of Gentiles also, since God is one, and he will justify the circumcised on the ground of faith, and the uncircumcised through the same faith. Do we then overthrow the law by his faith? By no means. On the contrary, we uphold the law. The word and gospel of the Lord. Sacred Earth Oracle. Yesterday we had heat. Well, not yesterday. Technically yesterday because I do these often. But anyway, the last reading we had heat. Underneath it was perspective. Let's see what we come up with today. Thank you, Mother Gaia, for allowing us to do the work on this earthly plane. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to dwell in these bodies. Thank you for giving us these bodies. And thank you for giving us an opportunity to assist you in your ascension process. What would you like us to know about ourselves, Mother Gaia, so that we can continue to support you, facilitate your healing, preserve your body, and restore what was lost? What would you like us to know? Thank you so much. Influence. Beautiful cycles of the moon. Influence. The earthly meaning. Balance imagination and reality. Be cautious of giving undue influence to baseless assumption. Distinguish between opinion and evidence. Become aware of false limitations. Put real effort into proving a doubt or fear wrong. Be open to new ideas and perspectives, but do your homework and ensure a claim can hold true in practice as well as theory. The spiritual meaning? Only through the eyes of the soul can the true nature of your life, existence, and purpose be known. All of life flows from one divine heart of creation. You have a purpose, a meaning, and a role to play in this great journey of life. It may be beyond the knowing of the physical world, but it is not beyond the knowing of your soul. Some insight. Imagine boarding a sea vessel and setting off for a grand adventure into the great unknown. You have a fantastic crew, plenty of supplies, and you are looking forward to encountering countless new sights and sounds. You may return home with tantalizing tales. Perhaps you will find a pristine paradise to call home. There is a great world of possibility awaiting you, and you are ready to embrace whatever comes your way. But how different would this journey be if you thought the world was flat? If every night you went to sleep worrying you might slip over the edge, never to return, how would it change your outlook? Differently. Would you dare leave sight of familiar shores? Believing the earth was flat wouldn't make it so, but it would create false limitations and influence everything about your journey. Likewise, Believing you are unworthy, unlovable, or incapable doesn't make it so. Be conscious of the thoughts, opinions, and values that are influencing your journey. Influence. Well, that's all I have for now. I hope this really helps. My purpose of doing these is to allow you to see the synchronicity and the patterns that show up through the system of tarot and of astrology and Kabbalah, Inashian magic, and the Goetia. There is a system that exists. We are, in fact, in a container. We are in a container. That is a universe, this system. You're the magician. Be the magician. Take control of your life. Step out into your new world through your eyes of creation. And be your own advocate. This is for you. Be your own advocate. You have the power and the grace and the movement and the support. After all, you are holding the Holy Grail. In fact, you are the Holy Grail. The elixir of life that is flowing within your body is the Holy Grail. Embrace it and move forward with it, with the fire of motivation and creation. Thank you so much for your time. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Joshua Peter. I love you for watching. Until next time, namaste.